I was having sex with 3 girls a day on average, at least at a minimum. I mean, if I only had sex with 2 girls in a day, that was like, we're having some real off day or something, right? Yeah. And some days 4, sometimes 5, 7. The most was 9.
How many women have you slept with in your life total?
Thousands. I had this image in my mind when I was growing up of like how awesome this would be. I don't know, what I kind of landed on was I think it's like better to have a monogamous relationship, as strange as that is coming from me. You got 2 choices. You can just like do whatever you want and, be free and like allow the women to be free and just use condoms with all the girls and not care about if they hook up with other guys and it's just like purely sexual and whatever. Or I think you can find a girl that you enjoy spending time with and that you actually trust each other. But I think it's unlikely to find a woman that is going to be okay with you sleeping with other women that actually cares about you for the right reasons. Even if the girl is okay with it, I think that you like cause internal damage to her. I do think that like one cool girl that does stuff with you that you actually have a mental connection with, I think the sex is better. I think you're more relaxed. I think you have less things to deal with, less distractions. Your energy's not being pulled in a bunch of different directions. So I think there is hope to like a longer term monogamy and like staying attracted to the woman.
I've been saying this for years. You do not need a whole phase. Don't be listening to these red pill podcasters telling you how you have to sleep with 50 women in order to know how to vet women. That's bullshit. The idea is to become a man who's capable of sleeping with 50 women, but has only slept with a few because he values real relationships. A key thing that he mentioned is when you have an emotional connection with a woman, the sex is much better. And I 100% agree with that. At some point when you're just running through so many women, it's like you're pretty much ejaculating into a sex doll. It's very fleeting. It has no real meaning or emotion behind it. It's like you're just going through the motions. And he's not the only one. There's plenty of other men who feel the same way.
One thing you did when you were in your 20s that you regret, that would change your life today.
I regret being a hoe. When I was in my 20s, I was a hoe.
What do you mean by that?
I was a hoe. I was doing a lot of women that I shouldn't have been doing, and I had a family that I could deal with. So I was just out there doing, anybody. Not like that, but I was just picking and choosing what I wanted and who I wanted. Because I had a little reputation here in Springfield, and that got me a lot of things, and especially a lot of women. And I regret using them and, regret using who I was.
Wow, so you would have not, smashed the women?
I wouldn't have smashed them like I did, no.
What would you would have did?
What would I would have done? Stay with my one son's mother and been married and been happy today. That's probably a regret that I've gotten over, but I would still be with her. Because I still have some great feelings for her in my heart, but I know how to navigate through that. But I wouldn't have been the hoe that I was back then.
So what made you be a hoe?
It was ingrained in me. My uncle was a hoe. My grandfather was a hoe. My brothers was hoes. My cousins was hoes.
God damn.
I'm sorry, it might not sound right. My mama was a hoe. I'm telling the truth. Said 6 kids by 5 different men.
God.
Don't that qualify?
Not the mama being hoe too. But if you notice, he talked about going back to the woman he had great feelings for. Not going back for the hoes, he would go back to the woman he had great feelings for. When we think back on our lives, we're not thinking about all the women we smashed. We're thinking about the people we had real connections with. And it's these revelations that kept me away from the red pill. And I do believe that there's some great value within red pill content. I think men need a healthy mix of red and blue. Because while it's true that society is shallow and people value materialistic things, what we all want is real love and companionship.
How old are you?
22.
Are you single?
I am.
What's your body count?
Fuck it, 78.
78.
78.
You keep a list of it?
I don't keep a list. Every time I have sex, I send the number to my group chat of my friends so I hold myself accountable for who I'm having sex with.
When did you lose it?
I lost my virginity at 14.
How did losing your virginity that young affect your mental?
Honestly, with how I lost my virginity, because I had a plan. I was like, I'm gonna have my senior year at prom, I'm gonna have sex with this girl, or it was actually out of 2 girls. But then my freshman year, there was this girl that was just like all over me, and I went to her house to watch a basketball game, and then I ended up in her room, and then she put my hands in her pants, and she took my out, and she did, she initiated everything, and I was just like, well, I guess I'm not a virgin anymore.
What's your goal body count number before you die?
I actually think it's pretty bad that my body count is 78 at the age of 22. I think that because of that encounter with her, I lost the meaning of sex because it's such an intimate thing, but I hope to not go past 80.
78 bodies at 22 is insane. But I will give it to the man. At least he realizes how bad of a number this is, and he acknowledges that sex is supposed to be something that is intimate. Nowadays, people treat sex like it's a game of tennis. But I think men are finally starting to wake up and realize that this is something not to be proud of. This is a meaningless accomplishment. Now ask yourself, if he slept with 78 women, how many of these women were worth a damn? And I'm not talking about looks either. I'm talking about how many of these women did he actually have a real relationship with? Because I bet you half of these women he didn't even know long. He probably doesn't even remember most of their names. Also, you need to ask yourself, how much time and energy and money do you think he put into chasing these women? I like this saying, it goes, protect your meat. That's your money, energy, attention, and time. He didn't protect his meat. He's spending all this energy on chasing these women when he could have been focusing on his purpose. All right, so now I'm going to talk to you guys who think him sleeping with all these women is an accomplishment. It's not, bro. I promise you it's not. Let me tell you, once you bag an 8, it's pretty easy to do it again. Because if one girl who's an 8 likes you, it's highly likely that other 8s like you as well. Because let me tell you something, all these girls go for the same guy. You ever wonder why it's just one guy in school and he's getting all the girls and you sitting over there, you can't get nothing? Because he's their type and you're not. And so once you become their type, they really just kind of fall in your lap. And to clarify, when I talk about women all going for the same guy, I'm talking about basic bitches. Real women are looking for something of substance, so they're going to be a little bit harder to get. But if you can level yourself up where you can get women who are 8s, then that also means you can get 7s, you can get 6s, and if you're going through a drought, you can even get 5s. Now you might ask yourself, why would a man who can get an 8 go for a 5? Because they're low maintenance. Now in public, you're going to see them with an 8. But in private, I'm telling you, they banging out 7s, 6s, and 5s. Why? Because they have no dick discipline. I'm going to tell you exactly how it goes. And if you ever had a nightlife, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's late at night, you at the club, you drunk, you call your 8, she's not answering. Why is she not answering? Because she suspects you of being a dirty dick ass nigga. So you think to yourself, oh, no, it's all good. It's all good. Let me call my 7. Oh, but she doesn't pick up because she's asleep. All right, yeah, I can't do that. All right. Now you got to call your 6. Now her face ain't all that, but the body decent. You know what I'm saying? So you give her a call, but it goes straight to voicemail. Then you remember, shit. She's staying with her man tonight. So she's unavailable. Now you're desperate. You know you should take your ass to sleep, but you refuse to take an L, which leaves you with only one option. You call your 5. And you call your 5 because you know your 5 will always pick up. She's going to sleep with the phone right next to her, waiting for your ass to call. And in your inebriated state, you make the call. Next thing you know, you're sticking your straw in something you wouldn't dare tell anybody about. Listen, back in my day, I used to run some 2-mans with some snipers. And they would get some bad ones. But every now and then, them girls would get tired of their shit. And their roster will start dwindling down. And next thing you know, they got to look down their bench and see that 5 over there who's been waiting to get some minutes. And next thing you know, hey, you got to call her into the game. Let's go. So guys, don't get caught up in the numbers because the numbers are very deceiving and it shows a lack of dick discipline. And even if all the women are gorgeous, just think about the nutcases that you are allowing into your life. You sleep with 100 women, how many of those you think have an STD? Just statistically speaking, it's bound to be a handful. You guys are playing Russian roulette with your lives. All you need is one really good one. And if you don't believe in monogamy, then find 2 really good ones. My point is, what you really need in life is a woman that you can count on, a woman you can trust, a woman that you can share your intimate feelings with. If you only sleep with women who fit in that category, you'll find your body count will be small enough to count on one hand. All right, that's all I got for this one. Please let me know, what points did you agree with? What points did you disagree with? Leave your comments below and let me know what you thought. And if you want to see more videos like this, hit that subscribe button. If you got anything out of this video, hit that like button. This is Agree to Disagree. I'm out.